Good morning, student. This is your mathematics class for class 9th, chapter 1, number system. This is your lecture 5. In this lecture, we will study about rationalization and laws of exponent for real number. In this chapter, we will learn how we will do rationalization and what is the meaning of rationalize, and how we will apply laws of exponent on real numbers. So start your class. First is rationalized. When the denominator of an expression contains a term with a square root like this, when the denominator of an expression contains a term with a square root, the process of converting it to a rational number is called rationalizing the denominator or rationalize. So what is rationalize? When we have a denominator in any expression is like with a square root, the process of converting this square root into a rational number is called rationalize or rationalizing the denominator. So I will start rationalization with this example. So this is your first example. We want to write 1 upon root 7 as an equivalent expression in which denominator is a rational number. We know we can change this root 7 in a rational number by multiplying a root 7, because we know when we multiply root 7 with root 7, it will give us 7 raised to the power 1. It means a number without square root. So we will multiply and divide with root 7 to this fraction. So to this expression, 1 is multiply with root 7 is root 7. Root 7 into root 7 multiply with 7. You know how, like this. So students, now you learn how we will change a number with square root is present in denominator to a rational number. So now we will shift to the another example. This is 1 upon 2 plus root 3. 1 upon 2 plus root 3. It means this question is different with this, because in this question we have only one term in denominator and this question have two terms in denominator. So in this question we will also take the same term like this here, but difference is this: when we will take this term within multiplication and division, we will change sign. Now some of the student always get confused in this question and they ask one question to me, ma'am, why not we are going to change sign here? Or some students always do in notebooks or test with minus sign here also. Reason is very easy and clear. When we have one term, we will not change sign. When we have two terms like this, first term and second term, then we will change sign only on the middle sign of two terms. So we will multiply or divide with 2 minus root 3, 2 minus root 3. When we multiply it with, it gives 2 minus root 3. Now we have 2 plus root 3, 2 minus root 3. If you learn all previous lectures, then you know which identity will be applied here. Identity is a minus b multiplied with a plus b. It is a square minus b square. So we will apply it here. A square minus b square. So 2 square is 4, root 3 square is 3. Then it becomes 2 minus root 3 upon 1. So this with denominator square root, we change this number into a normal number. So now you know how we will do with rationalization. So we will take one more example for this. So this is your next example. 5 upon root 3 minus root 5. Same your previous example, we have two terms are here, and we will change this sign also when we will do multiplication and division with the denominator. Correct? So we will multiply with 5 first, like this. Then a minus b, a plus b, you know identity, it is a square minus b square. So we multiply 5 with this, then it is 5 root 3 plus 5 root 5. A square minus b square. It becomes 3 minus 5 root 3 plus 5 root 5. It is root 3 square minus root 5 square. 5 root 3 plus 5 root 5, 3 minus 5. And now it becomes 5 root 3 plus 5 root 5 upon minus 2. This question also change into a simple number. This is your answer. I think now you got this concept. What is rationalization? Now our next topic is laws of exponents. In 8th standard you read about laws of exponent. So what is new here? In 8th class when you learn about laws of exponent, then you have m and n as powers of base. In that class, m and n are representing natural numbers. In 8th class, m and n are natural numbers, but in 9th class, when we are talking about powers, they become rational numbers. So, we will start. A is greater than 0, B a real number, and P and Q are or B rational numbers. So, first laws of exponent is, first law is a raised to power p multiply a raised to power q. Here we have base is same, powers are different, and operation is multiplication. So, what will happen with this number? How we will change it? It become like this. Base same, powers will be add because of multiplication operation. Second law is when base is same and we have two powers are like this, a raised to power p bracket whole power q. So it become change in a raised to power p and q. It means both powers are multiplied with each other. So what is our third law? Third law is a raised to power p divided by a raised to power q. Here base is same, powers are different, and division process is there, then it become change a raised to power p minus q. When multiplication is there, then addition. When division is there, then subtraction. Fourth law is a raised to power p multiply b raised to power p. It means base are different but powers are same and operation is multiplication. So what will happen? Both bases are multiplied with each other and the whole power is p. Fifth is a raised to power minus p. When we have a negative power, how we will change into a positive? If we will shift this number to the denominator, because in numerator it is present here and denominator is 1. When we will shift this number to denominator, it will become a positive. So a 1 upon a raised to power p. If we have a positive number and we want a negative, then same we will shift this number to the denominator. Sixth law is a divided by p whole power a divided by b whole power p. So we will change this number like this, a raised to power p and b raised to power p. We will open this bracket. Now seventh and last law of exponent is when a raised to power 0 is equal 1. So we will take one example. 2 raised power 2 upon 3 multiplication 2 raised power 1 upon 3. In this question we have base same, operation is multiplication with different powers p and q. We know in our first law what we learned, a raised to power p multiply q a raised to power q, base same, powers are different, then what will happen, a raised to power p plus q. Same here, 2 raised to power 2 upon 3 plus 1 upon 3. We will take their addition with the help of LCM, then it become 3 upon 3, cancel out each other, then 2 raised to power 1, it become 2. I will solve some more examples. In next example, 7 raised to power 1 upon 5 divided by 7 raised to power 1 upon 3. In this question, base is same, powers are different, and which operation is going on? Division. So we know our third law, a raised to power p, a raised to power q with division, it become a p minus q. So same here, p minus q, 1 upon 5 minus 1 upon 3. I will take LCM, then solve it, and now it is a number with a negative power. How we will change into a positive? Fifth law, a raised to power minus p, then 1 upon a raised to power p. We will shift this to denominator. Same here, we will shift this number to denominator. Then it become positive 1 upon 7 raised to power 2 upon 15. Now next question. Third example, 1 upon 3 raised power 5 bracket whole power 4. In this question, we have two powers, but this number is present in the form of an expression with numerator and the denominator. So first of all, we will open this bracket. We know sixth law is a divided by b raised power whole power p. How we will open this? A raised to the power p and b raised to the power p. So same here, 1 raised to the power 4 and 3 raised to the power 5 whole number 4. So in this question, 1 raised to the power 4 1, and then what happened with this? We know our second law, when base is same and there are two different powers, then it become multiply with each other. So it become 1 upon 3 raised power 5 multiplied by 4. Then it is 1 upon 3 raised to the power 20. So I think now you got this concept about rationalization and laws of denominator. So today's lecture we discussed about two things. One is rationalization, which is, what was rationalization? Rationalization, when the denominator of an expression contain a term with a square root, the process of converting it to the equivalent expression whose denominator is a rational number is called rationalizing the denominator. And what about laws of exponent? We know our laws of exponent from our previous class, 8th class, but what is the difference in 9th class? Difference is this, here we have powers in fraction in rational number. Now it's your homework, today's homework. You have to solve do questions of exercise 1.5 fifth question and exercise 1.6 question number 1, 2 and 3. Do well. If you have any doubt and query, please mention in comment box, and if some common queries are there, I will take those questions in your revision lecture. Now solution of your lecture 4. In lecture 4, we discussed about rational number, irrational number, terminating and non-terminating numbers. So students, now I will take some questions from exercise 1.5. First question is, classify the following numbers as rational or irrational numbers. In this question, 5 parts are there. So One part is this 3 plus root 23 bracket minus root 23. So first of all, we have to check this is a rational number or irrational number. So we have to open this bracket first, open it, and then we will cancel these root 23 because they are present with opposite sign. So it is 3. It is a rational number. On a first look, it look like a irrational number, but after solving this number, we get our answer. It is a rational number. Next, fourth part is 1 upon root 2. We know it very well that root 2 is a irrational number, and I taught you when we will take division with a rational number and one irrational number, the result always become a irrational number. So it is a irrational number. Now second question is simplify each of the following expression. Second question, third part. So it is root 5 plus root 2 whole square. We know it very well how we will solve it whole square with the help of identity. We have identity a plus b root 2 which is equal a square plus b square plus 2ab. So we will solve this. We have to replace a with root 5 and b with root 2. So a square means root 5 whole square, b square means root 2 whole square plus 2ab means 2 into root 5 into root 2. Root 5 square means 5, root 2 whole square means 2, 2 into root 5 into 2 is 2 root 10. Then it becomes 7 plus 2 root 10. So now one question is question number 4, root 9.3 on the number line. Question number 4, root 9.3. In this question, first of all, we will take a line 9.3. Then after this, one more unit. Then now it is totally become 10.3. Second step is draw a perpendicular bisector on this line. How we will draw a perpendicular bisector on this line? We will open our compass more than half, mark a arc from the both ends like this, and we will meet this like this. So this is our radius. We open our compass and then draw a semicircle on it from this end. Now next step is we draw a perpendicular from this point, from where we will take one more unit. This point or this line is root 9.3. For proving this, we will join this point M with the center O. This is A. In this triangle, in triangle OMA, we will apply Pythagoras theorem and we will prove MA is equal root 9.3. This process I already taught in your lecture part, how we will measure this. This is 10.3 totally, and this is our radius, half of 10.3. This is also our radius because touching the center as well as circumference of the center. This totally is the half of diameter, and this is 1 less than the half of diameter. It means 1 less than the radius. We will apply Pythagoras theorem and we will get our answer. After this, for drawing on a number line, we will put our compass here and pencil here and then draw like this. So this is your solution of lecture number 4. Thank you very much.